Hello everybody and welcome back to another Gran Turismo 7 money method video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a money tune that I've made for this car right here, which is the Toyota GR010. So this car is on sale inside the brand Central, so let's go in, and once you're in, go to Asia Pacific and Toyota right here, press on that. Once you are in, go into the showroom and scrolling all the way to the right side. And oh my god, there are a lot of Toyotas in the game, and here it is. So this is the car that we'll be using for today's video. It is the Toyota GR010 Hybrid from the year 2021. So this is a Group 1 race car, of course. It comes at a hefty price tag of 3 million credits. So yeah, anyways, there are 3 different variants when you actually select the vehicle. There's this, and also this. So what's the difference? They just look different. They just have a different livery. That's it. Everything else is pretty much the same. It's just that they look different. Before we continue, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. It helps me a lot and really appreciate it. Anyway, so here is the tune. As you guys can see, it is a 800 pp tune. So yeah, starting with the tires, we are going to be using Racing Hard tires. And then moving on to the suspension setup. So yeah, here it is. I'm gonna go through this quite quickly so you guys can pause the video. You guys can copy this one by one. And then differential gear, here is the setup for that one. And then moving on to aerodynamics, 1200 to the rear and 702 to the front. ECU full control computer, up adjustment 100%, ballast 0 kg, ballast positioning 0. So we're not gonna mess around with the weight of this thing whatsoever, and we're not adding in weight at all, so we are keeping this nice and light. And then moving on to power restrictor, 72%, transmission normal. So yeah, we're gonna be using the normal transmission for this tune. And then moving on to the turbocharger, it's actually going to be normal. So yeah, moving on to brakes, all the way down here, front and rear balance, I like having it at +4. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So performance 482 horsepower, although it feels a lot more than that, but it might just be because of the weight, because it's very light. So yeah, 482 horsepower and 2,293 pounds. In kilograms, that is a total of 1,040 kilograms. So yeah, it's very light. So yeah. So for this race, the difficulty will be set to easy. Okay, so the race that we're going to be doing will be in Europe, and then down here in Italy, Sardinia road track. Press on that, and this is the race that we will be doing today. It is the Volt Touring Car 800. So 15 laps in total. It does have tire wear and fuel consumption as per usual. And this race right here does not have weather. So yeah, this is a completely dry race. Alright, jumping straight into the race, and time for me to walk you guys through on the strategy that I've gone for this race right here. So very easy, very simple for this car and for this race right here. So what you guys want to do first is make sure your fuel map is set to 1, which is full power, and literally just keep it at 1 for the whole entire race. That's literally it. It's very simple, very easy. So yeah, right here I'm gonna be, well, as you guys can see, my fuel map is set to 1, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it at full power. So I'm just gonna keep it at full power, keep running until I have to pit to refuel. Alright, so for anyone that's wondering what my fastest lap is, here it is. So it is a 135.673, which is not too bad, it's alright. I did quite a lot of mistakes, so I could have gotten a 134. I have gotten 134 before while I was testing the car out when I was tuning it first time. So yeah, a 134 is achievable. Not sure about 133. I haven't gotten it yet, but the best I've gotten is a 134. But in this footage right here, the best I got was a 135. I was a little sleepy when I was recording right here, alright? I didn't get enough sleep. Actually no, I did get enough sleep, but I don't know, this race is really boring, you know. That's why I've been making money tunes on the Le Mans race instead of this most of the time, because the Le Mans races are much more fun. You have to deal with the rain and everything. This one is just very plain, very simple. Like just drive, you don't have to worry about the rain. So also, not to mention, this track is really easy. So yeah, it does get boring behind the wheel. Okay, so fast forward to the end of lap number 8 right here. So entering the pit lane because I need to refuel. So yeah, enter the pit lane, swapping to a new set of racing hard tires of course, and also refuel the car until, well, I guess you can refuel the car until it reaches that little white dot, what you got, the white dot, that little diamond, I guess. You can either refuel it until there, or you can refuel just a little extra, or just straight up all the way to full, which is what I did, just in case, you know. So yeah. And after exiting the pit lane, take a look at the fuel map. It is still going to be set to 1, which is at full power. Remember what I said at the start, we are going to be keeping the fuel map at 1 for the whole entire race, like literally all the way until the finish line. So now let's talk about the penalties that can ruin your clean racing bonus for this race right here. So there's only one, and that is if you get a penalty from a yellow flag. So if yellow flag comes up, don't do anything silly, don't get a penalty from the yellow flag, and you in clean racing bonus should be a-okay. Alright, fast forward to the end right here, taking the final corner on the final lap. Also ignore the damage, I definitely didn't spin out on the final corner. Anyways, crossing the finish line and finishing first place. There we go. And here's the payout. There we go, got my clean racing bonus, and this is the time it took for me to complete the race, which is a 25:23.042. And that's going to be it for today's Gran Turismo 7 money method videos. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, and goodbye.